You're listening to a Cult Talk Network podcast.
File access granted.
Welcome, all you believers, idealists, skeptics, and all those who question the universe around them. I'm Ty.
And I'm Bailey.
And this is Cult Talk Conspiracy, our special Christmas episode.
Yay!
We followed last year. We did real life Santa encounters.
Yes, that was
which
fun.
was pretty interesting. Yeah, that was really interesting. That we was actually able to find that there were more than a few people who shared experiences online of
Even when,
meeting what they believe to be Santa Claus.
Even one like 20 minutes away from me.
Yeah,
Craziness.
yeah, one right here in Ohio. That was pretty crazy. So we figured what better way to follow up last year's Christmas special. We're talking about Santa than this year with the anti-Santa Krampus.
Dun dun dun.
For those of you who aren't aware of Krampus, he is a half goat demon, spawn of the god of the underworld.
Yes.
Who comes on Krampusnacht to punish the bad little boys and girls. I looked it up. Krampusnacht is December 5th.
Is it really? Okay.
That's when Krampusnacht is.
We have a new holiday to celebrate now.
Yeah, that's December 5th is when that is. So
Okay. All right, get
it
in the
will
basket.
already passed. So if you're listening, you have survived.
No, you made it. You made it.
You made it.
You didn't have to go in the basket. That's my.
Yeah, I always thought it was Christmas Day or whatever.
I thought
Christmas, just because that's the way it's always depicted in pop culture. But no, it's actually December 5th.
I thought it
quite
was
a
Christmas
bit before
Eve.
Krampus. Yeah, me too. I thought it was like right around there when it happened, but no, quite a bit before Christmas.
Well, he's getting all the
Krampusnacht.
bad ones out of the way for the big guy. Just
Right.
like taking out the trash. Just here you go. It's ready for you.
When's the first time you ever heard of Krampus?
It was super recent.
Shocker.
I know, right? It was probably like a couple years into dating Ben that I first heard about it. And once I heard about it, I was like, I'm teaching my kids about Krampus before I ever teach them about Santa Claus. Because, a healthy dose of fear. So what about you?
Yeah. Oh, I was really young when I heard about Krampus.
Oh, really?
I remember it was in like a book or something I read when I was younger. Yeah, I don't know. I was a little kid when I heard of Krampus for the first time. It doesn't seem like Krampus was as popular as it is now. So like now it's like
now he's everywhere.
A much more popular thing.
That's because all the Halloween people are like, fuck it. If you're going to put up your decorations on Halloween, we're going to invade your Christmas movies.
The Michael Dougherty movie, Krampus, that helped out.
Oh my God.
I'm surprised there's not been a sequel to.
I know. But like, here's my problem with sequels right now. This is the era that I'm in. I don't fucking trust them at all. Yeah. I'm terrified. Anytime they're like, we're going to reboot like Mean Girls 2. Oh my God, I'm fucking terrified. I'm so scared. I haven't brought myself to, as of recording, I have not brought myself to watch the trailer yet. I'm too scared.
Well, there was already Mean Girls 2, like back in the day.
No, this one's bringing back like a lot of the original cast.
Oh, really? Like a legacy?
Yes.
Like a legacy.
Lindsay Lohan's back.
They're not all bad though. Hocus Pocus 2 was good, and I like the Christmas story. It's called it the new Christmas story.
Yeah, that one was cute. Good. That was really cute. I did enjoy that.
I love that one. The ending of that one was so perfect. I love that movie.
It was good.
They're not all bad, but Michael Dougherty has a long track record of his good movies not getting sequels though.
He did Trick or Treat too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Trick or Treat.
See, I would like to think that
Krampus.
like his Krampus and Sam's Trick or Treat both live in the same universe. Oh, they do. They do live in the same universe.
They're in the same universe.
Oh, fabulous! Even better. I want to go live in that universe.
Yeah, that's like his thing. That's a lot of his movies are connected.
Love it.
Those two specifically are connected. They're in the same universe.
I love it.
But yeah, he seems like he's much more popular now. Figured, last year we decided this, we would follow up Santa with Krampus. Did you find any really bizarre things when you was looking for this?
I did. I found
stories.
I found a few, but I went old school. I got a poem.
Okay.
So
I did the classic. I searched for. I went on Reddit. Is where I found.
Nice.
Mine.
Did you find? How much did you find on Reddit? Are there a lot of people who have seen Krampus?
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. It's always like grain of salt kind of stuff though. Like even the one I picked out, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And like the timing of it, I was like, this might be just something that was kind of influenced by the Krampus movie. But it was fleshed out enough where I was like, oh, this is interesting to do.
Right. And sometimes, I mean, we've talked about it before with conspiracy pasta. Sometimes it's just fun to go on that ride, man.
Oh, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Do you know much about like the origin of Krampus?
Yeah, actually. And like, he's actually a lot more recent than what most people would believe. He's been like, I think within like the last century or so, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not that. Cause he's the son of like the Greek god of the underworld.
Oh.
So he's pretty old.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I think there's like different lineages. There's like it's like it's any kind of cryptid or mythical creature. There's like a plethora of different origins.
Right.
And, different cultures believe different things. But no, he's been around for a while. It's older than the century. I'm fairly certain.
Absolutely. Very interesting. Yeah, because the origins I heard of was like he's like, and this is the debunking of Krampus really, was he was meant to be from German lore, but he was actually made up by Americans. And
that makes sense.
That's where his origin came from.
That makes sense. I could see it being like a Cold War or like early 1900s kind of thing, or trying to demonize the East or the East. So they're trying to create these evil beings that come from there. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, like
whereas America has Santa Claus, he's got to have a German to beat.
So, a goat of all things.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of different things about Krampus too that is like very symbolic of just the evil things.
I mean, the goat says it fucking all. I hate goats. I fucking hate goats. Listen, there's a big long story. I'm not going to tell it today. It's not the day. But like, I don't fucking like goats. There is a reason in a lot of lore the devil is depicted as a goat. Which side note, did you know the goat that was in The Witch? You remember him?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I guess he like never worked in showbiz again because he was so notorious for being like such a pain in the ass. And now he like
Phillip,
now he like lives on a farm and like lives his best life according to Facebook. So I don't know.
They just killed it right after that.
Oh, don't do that. No, listen, just because I don't like him doesn't mean I don't want to see him die. Like, or do want to see him die. Oops.
Post production dinner.
I mean,
lamb chops it could be.
I was getting ready to say I do go to a special restaurant on a certain day just because that's the only day they serve lamb gyros. Like, I mean, let's be real.
It very well could be. I don't know, but you wanted to go ahead and just get right into it. Let's spill these Christmas themed stories about Krampus.
Yes, I'm so excited.
All right, then, Bailey, I'll start us off here for our second annual Cult Talk Conspiracy Christmas episode. So, as discussed, I found this on Reddit. You can find most things, good or bad, on Reddit.
No matter what.
And I went, exactly. No matter what you're looking for, you'll probably find something you weren't looking for. So, it's just the way Reddit is.
Oh, yeah.
It is just a vast cave to mine of cryptid and paranormal and high strange encounters. So
it's where brains
sometimes
go
you just got to go cruising on there.
I know. It's where brains go to throw up sometimes.
Sometimes. I found this on the infamous r/no sleep. That's an infamous Reddit thread or Reddit page just full of people sharing supposedly true or creepypasta type tales of all kinds of dark things. So this is from young boy. He's unnamed. Even I couldn't find the user. The user has been deleted.
Oh,
it says. So this took place 5 years ago, or at least was posted 5 years ago. So you're looking at 2019, 2018. Growing up, I never heard about anything evil when it came to Christmas. My parents always took me to see Santa every year and never got coal in my stockings. I believed in Santa up until about age 9. So every year, I always acted super good in the months leading up to Christmas. As kids, you want to get presents. You want to get as many as possible. And I still remember the excitement I would get every year. That same year, my parents worked a lot of late nights. So they would always leave me with my older sister, who was 16 at the time. I never really got along with her. My sister was especially mean that year, inviting her boyfriend over some nights.
Uh-oh.
I would threaten to tell mom if she brought him over again. And my kid mind would take other ridiculous threats, such as the fact I would tell Santa so he would put coal in her stocking before she wasn't following the rules. One day, she had enough of my bickering and retaliated. She started out with, what's even worse than getting coal in your stockings? Of course, me being a curious little boy, I pressed information. What's worse? Then she said it. Krampus. I believe the nerve it struck when she said the name. I remember the nerve it struck when she said the name. Of course, I didn't know who or what Krampus was, but it just sounded bad. I can still see her evil grin ingrained in my memory when she told me. You know, Santa isn't real, right?
Oh, what a bitch. That's what I was waiting for. I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, what a bitch.
I always had a sneaking suspicion, but of course I asked, what do you mean? Don't pretend you don't know. Mom and Dad buy all your gifts, and the guy you see at the mall you call Santa is just a man in a beard doing a job. I wasn't really surprised. That just confirmed my skepticism of Santa. But do you know what is real? She continued. Krampus, the evil spirit that comes and takes little boys like you to their underworld. My impressionable mind believed every word she said, and I was terrified. He comes and takes little boys that tattle. All you need to do is tattle 3 times during the Christmas season, and Krampus, the Christmas demon, comes and gets you. Her twisted little mind even brought up 2 other times I snitched on her for something stupid within the past week. This alone freaked me out, because 1 week later, I tattled on her for eating my Pop-Tart off my plate. After I tattled, I thought about what she told me. The true legend states that Krampus comes to punish children who misbehave.
Children.
Yeah, it was spelled wrong in this. I was trying to comprehend what it said.
You're like, what?
So my sister had twisted the story in her favor. Anyways, here's where things go. This was the same year I realized I was attracted to women. I was in my parents' room one night when they were gone. I was looking for batteries for my RC car and went snooping through the drawers. Lo and behold, I found my dad's Playboy stash. I looked through those for a good half hour before putting them back. This was a busy Christmas season. The same year I realized Santa was not real was the same year I realized I liked women. At that point, nothing had happened with Krampus, so I chalked it up to my sister telling me scary stories. But I think looking at the magazine was a big mistake. To this day, why I got the visit. It was that same night. Christmas was just days away. I woke up in the middle of the night extremely thirsty. The house was pitch black except for the overhanging microwave light. And I got my water, then headed back towards my room. It was at this moment I heard a noise on the roof. I remember thinking, maybe it's Santa. I walked toward the window and looked out and thought I saw a deer. I thought maybe the noise came from the deck and not the roof. Maybe the deer had walked on the deck and jumped into the yard, but I took a closer look and realized it was not a deer. It turned around, revealing its really large body, glowing red eyes.
Ugh.
The antlers were not antlers, but rather horns. I remember the best thing I could compare it to. The body was like the beast from Beauty and the Beast. I was frozen in fear as I saw the creature start walking towards me. We locked gazes. Then he smiled, his teeth razor sharp. Then, in a flash, he jumped up, straight out of sight, like he jumped into the sky and into thin air. I immediately ran to my sister's room. I shook her awake in a state of fear and explained that I saw Krampus. It was then, through her groggy tiredness, she admitted she had made it all up. She flipped the light on and gave me a shocked look. I looked back at her. What the hell is this? She leaned towards my bed and picked up a magazine. It was the Playboy magazine.
Oh, shit.
I was shocked. I didn't know what to say. I mean, it was just baffled. And all I managed to spew was, "That's Dad."
Oh, shit.
"Of course it's Dad's, you freak," she replied. I tried to convince her that I didn't know how it got there, but she didn't believe a word I said. She then stopped and said, "If I catch you with this again, I'm going straight to Mom and Dad." My sister and I never spoke about it again that night. Honestly, I'm too afraid to bring it up. But to this day, I believe that what I saw was no deer, no strange animal, but rather the Christmas demon himself, Krampus. That's my Krampus counter.
Oh my gosh. That was beautiful.
It was good. It was simple.
That was big. That was wonderful.
It was simple. It was believable as a 9-year-old, It seemed believable to me.
Yeah.
Something you hang on to as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, it just jumping straight up like that.
Out of sight.
Out of sight. Oh.
Yeah, I wish there was more details about whom this came from, but unfortunately, this is an archived post.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the user has probably moved on from Reddit, or at least this Reddit forum. So he is, unfortunately, no more information.
Yeah, but if that user happens to listen, how you doing?
Reach out.
Yeah, have you seen Krampus?
Did Krampus get you? Maybe that's what happened.
Maybe. Yeah.
Came back after all these years to finish the job.
Yeah. I bet he was coming for the sister, I mean.
I thought that was going to be the twist of it.
Yeah.
That's the sister.
Ah, that's cool. I like that. So like I said, I have a poem.
Okay.
But I really, really like it. And you're going to see why. It's called "'Twas the Night Before Krampus." And this is, I couldn't see if it was by, but it certainly was promoted by a Scott A. Jordan. So 'Twas the night before Christmas, and deep in our bunker, my mom, dad, sister, and I hunker. The streetlights were dark, no caroler sang, not even the blessings of church bells rang. And beneath our beds, we all huddled tight and hoped he would pass by our house tonight. Everyone knows of jolly Saint Nick and the gifts he brings on his single night trick, and the presents and baubles and candies and toys that he brings every Christmas to good girls and good boys. But it wasn't the man with the red suit and white beard whose annual Christmas visit we feared. Outside in the snow, we heard a loud howl, the crunching of ice and an animal howl. I heard it sniff by our window pane, then throaty laugh and saw red eyes like flame. My sister and I both stared horrified and prayed that the creature could not get inside. But a moment later, a thudding pound turned the door to splinters all over the ground. I screamed at the creature. Into our home came this horrible beast, von Krampus by name. He was massively tall, at least 7 feet, from his points of his horns to the hoof-shudden feet. Across from his back, what I mistook for a coat, was the shaggy long hair of a filthy dead goat. And I cried and I swallowed my terrified pangs at the sight of his wickedly razor-sharp fangs. His claw-fingered hands looked ready for pain, in one a bullwhip and the other a chain. He growled and sneered and laughed for a while, then pointed at us and said naughty with a smile. My sister and I both shook with fear. What terrible things had we done this year? We tried to be good, and throughout we'd succeeded. We minded our manners, no punishment needed. We both made good grades, and we neither lied or cheated or stole. We had nothing to hide. But Krampus still came with his evil heart black to steal us away and stuff us in his sack, to leave us away to his punishment cave where all bad children forever his slaves. We turned to our parents. Behind them we hid, but they both shook their heads and sadly stepped aside. You must face the music, my father lamented. Von Krampus then laughed with his expression demented. My sister and I hugged each other tight and prayed that someone could save us that night. And just when we had given up and all hope was gone, there came a loud clatter from out on the lawn. With twinkle of bells and spirits did Von Krampus then snarled, and the air he did sniff. On the wind came the scent of holly and pine, of ginger cookies and holiday wine. In the doorway he stood in his suit of bright red. St. Nicholas came, and we cried and we said, "Save us, St. Nicholas, there has been a mistake. We've been good all. You can't let him take us." "Hold on, not so fast." He raised his great hand. "There's something happening you don't understand. Von Krampus did come, that much was true, but the demon of Christmas did not come for you." At the demon we stared, both of us confused. He had to be here for somebody, but who? Then I started to think, and it all became clear who'd been the naughtiest of all of us that year. While Mommy drank vodka by the pitchers and glasses, and Dad watched porn and cheated on his taxes, and Mommy spent far too much time on her hair, and Daddy had something they called an affair, and Mommy spent all of my birthday money, and Daddy called my sister his own secret honey. The more that I thought, the more I understood. We children were fine, but the parents no good. "But Krampus takes children," my father protested, and Santa's face twisted toward the man he detested. "Christmas time is for children, for gifts to be given. You took their innocence, and that cannot be forgiven. You scared them into silence, their souls you did twist, and on top of that, you told them I didn't exist. For your lifelong naughtiness, the piper must be paid," and set Krampus upon them with a dismissive wave. The adults, as they screamed, went in to shut his sack, and we cried until Santa patted my back. "What's wrong?" asked Saint Nick. "I thought you'd be happy to be rid of those people that treated you so crappy." "We are," I sniffed, sincere as could be. "But what is to become of my sister and me?" St. Nicholas smiled and laughed deep and loud as Krampus stood at the sound that still haunts me in my sleep. "Why, you'll come with me," he said with great joy. "I have a great use for a girl and a boy. You'll come to my workshop and work with my elves. I promise that you'll enjoy yourselves. I'll teach you my secrets and my toy-making ways, and you'll take over when I'm at the end of my days." "But," said my sister, What about him? Won't Krampus be lonely? She scratched at his chin. I wish to thank him, and I know the way. I will go with him and be his protege. And so from Kris Kringle, I learned to make toys and my sister to torture naughty girls and boys. And every evening from that point thereafter, my dreams were full of parents' screams and my sister's laughter. And so this ends our happy Christmas story. If you're nice and not naughty, you've no need to worry. But if your heart's full of coal and you're an evil mister, try to hide. But you'll soon meet Krampus and my sister.
Wow.
Freaking for real? That's what I was like.
That was great.
Oh, man. That twisted and turned. And oh, man. I loved it.
That was good. Where'd you find that?
I found that. I honestly started Googling just Krampus encounters. And this poem came up and it was at first read. And that was kind of how it got on my radar. And then when it was on an audio thingy-mabobber on YouTube. Okay. And then it came up again when I was doing web research, written out and everything. So that's when I was like, all right, this is it. This one's calling to me. So
yeah, that's a really good one.
I love that. Oh, that might be one that's told in my household for years to come. That's amazing.
Any author, or is it crediting one, or?
Scott A. Jordan was the one that had posted it.
Okay.
It was posted on a website that is dedicated to a family member of his. But it's just the poem, and then he's got some cool links that are on there and everything too. But he does the whole website is dedicated to poems and whatnot. So
awesome.
So yeah, it was super
that was
cool.
Really good.
Thanks. That was awesome. I loved how the Reddit, how both the stories focused on the red eyes.
Oh yeah,
that one was
seems
cool.
To be a very common thing.
I love that.
Red demonic eyes.
Yeah,
kind of reminiscent of Mothman a little bit.
A little bit, yeah, with the dark. Yeah, because Krampus has mostly from the artwork I've seen him in, it's gray and blacks and reds and not really a white, but kind of a grayish white.
Yeah.
Same as Mothman. Same color scheme as Mothman.
Similar to Mothman.
Interesting. Maybe people are seeing Mothman.
That was maybe Mothman is Krampus. Maybe Krampus is Mothman. Maybe they're one and the same. I don't think anyone's had that theory yet. So
I'm full of them. Listen, I used to do pageants. I know I can bullshit them like the rest of them. So
no, these were great. This is a fun way to spend Christmas
this
here.
Really
Cult Talk Conspiracy. We're going to figure out what to do next year. We did Santa. We did Krampus. See what we come up with next year to encounter.
I don't know.
So what do you think about Krampus? Do you believe in Krampus as a real entity, or?
Oh yeah.
What do you think of Krampus?
I think he's the good to the bad, the yin to the yang.
Okay.
So by pure definition, if you believe in Santa Claus, you have to believe in Krampus. So at least in my own book of Bailey theories. But I love that he doesn't just punish the children. He punishes everybody. He's I'm going after
that's
people.
That's done wrong. Yeah. He's like a vigilante.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's the good with the bad to Santa Claus. What about you?
I'm along the same way.
Yeah.
I'm along the same way. I do find it interesting though. You was talking about how he was, the origin you found was that he was made up by Americans, placed him in German lore. I do find that interesting. It's kind of like, they're, the Krauts, the evil Krauts.
Yeah.
You got to make, what are they representative of during Christmas? We have Santa Claus, they have Krampus. I think that's really interesting, like a propaganda tool.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting. I've never really, all the origins I've always read, he was older than that, but I do like that origin though. He was like a propaganda tool.
I'd never tied that to the timeline it was going on and the fact that it was from Germany. I'd never tied those two together. So that's a brain explosion moment.
Yeah, I didn't think that's really interesting. That's an interesting origin. He's just this propaganda thing with they don't even have a good Christmas. They have this evil.
They got a goat.
This evil monster thing that hunts on Christmas, whereas we have Santa Claus that comes gives us presents because we're Americans and we're good.
Yeah, all of us are good boys and girls.
Exactly. I think that's interesting. A really interesting origin for him. But if you want to hear more about Krampus, you can actually go back in the archives of Cult of Lore, or their Cult Talk Net podcast. Last year for Christmas, they actually did a whole episode on the origins and the lore behind Krampus. So if you want to find out more about this hooved demon that hunts on Krampusnacht, you can check out Cult of Lore, because they deep dive in, I think it's like an hour-long episode. So,
yeah.
And it's all about the lore behind Krampus.
It's cool. They have a really cool visual element that goes with that one as well, too. Excellent. Yeah, I mean...
it's pretty interesting that by coincidence, last year they did Krampus, we did Santa. This year we're doing Krampus, they're doing Santa.
Right.
It's very interesting.
Just a little flip-flop there.
Yeah, and it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned.
No.
Speaking of that, check out Thursday, December 19th. No, yes. December 20th. It wouldn't be.
No, it's December 19th. You're right.
No, it's actually December 21st.
Oh.
Today's the night.
Oh.
Yeah, December 21st, Thursday, you can check out Cult of Lore. They're doing a Santa episode. So I'm really looking forward to that one, because Santa has such an interesting lore behind him. I think that is going to be very interesting to hear all about that. I've heard many different origins for Santa, so I'm interested to see what all they dig up. Yesterday, you could have heard Bailey and I, along with Michael and Eric, on Cult of Campbell, our Bruce Campbell themed podcast. We came back for Christmas to do the second Bruce Campbell holiday Hallmark film, My Southern Family Christmas.
Those are sweet.
That's available on Cult of Campbell. I actually really enjoy Bruce Campbell and Hallmark movies. Shockingly, it's a pairing that shouldn't fit, but it just fits.
It fits.
Bruce Campbell fits most places, so I shouldn't be too surprised. But I just never thought I'd see the day.
Listen, I actually don't like Hallmark films, but I really like those ones. Those are sweet.
I love Hallmark movies. They're such so cheap and just garbage. I love them. It's just a different kind of garbage I'm used to.
I mean, it still has the same Hallmark like blueprint, but like they make it entertaining. Oh, absolutely. So it's wonderful. Yeah, because
how can you not be entertained?
I know, it's got the king.
Yeah. And then we will actually the whole gang will be together on Christmas Eve, December 24th, on Culttober Plus, as well as youtube.com/culttalknet for Cult Talk's Net's Gift Exchange-a-Palooza 2. The new holiday tradition we formed, which is just super fun. It's a super fun gimmick I came up with last year, and we loved it so much we brought it back.
I think we're all using it. I know Ben did, using it as an excuse to get us to watch movies that were like, you gotta watch it.
Jerry picked one for me that I've seen many a times, but I mean, I'm glad to talk about it. I still don't know if we'll be able to talk about it in 10 minutes. There's a lot going on in the movie he picked for me. I don't know if 10 minutes is going to be. It's going to be a tight squeeze.
Mine will be never ending.
Yeah. As well.
I've never seen it before, so
yeah. The one Jerry picked for me is, I don't know how I could talk about that in 20 minutes, let alone 10 minutes.
I'll be excited to hear
that. One of my all-time favorites.
Oh, nice.
All-time favorites.
Nice.
He picked it. He was hoping I hadn't seen it, but I was like, kidding me?
Like, really?
But and then so Cult Talk Net's Gift Exchange-a-Palooza, we all draw names. We pick a movie that person has to watch, and we have to review it. So it's super fun. A whole mixed bag of things, not just Christmas movies, but it's a Christmas themed episode. We're all together opening our gifts and reacting. So and then Christmas Day, December 25th, the Cult of Campbell feed will be graced by the presence of Kurt Russell for Cult of Russell, and we're doing a sequel to last year. Last year we did Christmas Chronicles, and of course this year we followed up with Christmas Chronicles 2.
Nice.
With his wife in it. It's perfect casting in those movies.
Goldie Hawn. I had to think of it for a minute.
Yeah.
I was like, it's
perfect movies.
Beautiful.
I wonder if they're gonna do a third one anytime.
I hope so. That would be great.
I would hope they did great. Like those two like back to back.
Yeah. It was
like one year, the next year the other one came out. Like, man, I hope they keep that up. But
I know. Yeah.
A little law, but I think COVID probably played a hand in that. So hopefully that comes back here soon.
I hope so. Any excuse to see Daddy Russell like that, like just give me the beard.
Yeah, as long as they keep it, right, because I like the Santa Claus movies, but man, those have gone off. That Disney TV series is fucking god awful.
Oh, is it really?
God awful. I made it to like the first episode of it. I watched it. I was like, oh, Tim Allen's in it, but no,
it's not. It's
just typical Disney shit.
Oh no. Oof.
Yeah, I think I've seen trailers for the new season. It's like Santa Clauses. Like there's multiple Santa Clauses for like there's like a Mexican.
That's not how that works.
European Santa Claus and all that.
It's literally only one suit. Like, that's the whole purpose of the fucking movie.
No.
Like,
every race has their own Santa. You can't have...
That's No. Listen, I'm not even going into that side of the argument. You're literally deviating off of what the original, first 20 minutes of the fucking movie was.
Yeah, no one making these things gives a shit.
All right, they're just like, oh, this, yep, let's get on those coattails.
Yeah. If you've seen the Santa Claus TV series, let us know how it is down in the comments.
Let us know how episode 2 went.
Season 2, how season 2 is. I'm not gonna watch it. It's got Gabriel Iglesias, and I cannot stand the Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh,
that dude annoys the piss out of me. But that does it for us here. Cult Talk Conspiracy, our second annual Christmas episode. Krampus encounters, supposed real life encounters with the evil anti-Santa Christmas demon himself. And we'll be back actually next week, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Bailey?
Right.
We're doing, it's your episode. We're doing Giants.
Yes.
We're ending the year in a big way. Big send-off for 2023 before we head on over into the new year, 2024.
Ooh, it's going to be grand. I'm excited.
It's a good episode. It's going to be a fun one. So I can't wait for that one. That actually comes out, December 26th. The day after, it comes out next week, the day after Christmas.
It was a busy holiday season for us.
No kidding. It's been a busy year, but it ain't slowing down. No rest for the wicked. 2024, we're coming back with a lot more shit.
Mm-hmm.
Some really interesting stuff. So keep your ears peeled. You're on Cult Talk Net. But that does it for us, Bailey. We'll be back here not here, but we'll be back over on Culttober Plus here Sunday to celebrate Christmas Eve and, of course, Christmas Day. We hope everyone has a safe, fun holiday, and watch out for Krampus, of course. Don't tattle anyone more than 3 times this season, apparently. I'll sick him on you.
Yep, he's coming for you. And don't hide porn under your bed, especially if it's not yours.
Don't buy porn, first of all.
Yeah,
that's rule 1.
You can get it for free. Don't do
free
that.
Everywhere.
Yeah, don't be smart.
How are porn stores still a thing?
I don't know.
That's a discussion for another time. I don't understand it. I don't understand how there's pay sites and how there is physical media. Don't understand it.
Because bitches got to make money.
It's free everywhere.
Hey, listen,
everywhere.
It's the nostalgia.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. The feel of the paper between your fingers.
The day your nostalgia collection goes into porn is the day we're having an intervention with you, just so you know.
Mike has porn.
I know he does, but that's from American Pie.
For nostalgia. He bought it because of American Pie slices.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Oh,
it's
that's fine.
Mike has so little collections, though.
Well, he's got that one.
Oh, yeah, he can have one.
He's actually looking for one. I was going to try to get for her from Christmas, but I could not find it anywhere. That was my idea for a Christmas gift, was to find that magazine, but I just did not find it. He needs the final piece to his American Pie movie nudie magazine collection, but cannot find it anywhere. It's a very unique collection. I support it, though.
It's wonderful.
But that does it for us, guys. Again, have a safe, fun holiday. Until next time, I've been Ty.
And I've been Bailey.
And as always,
question everything.